Hi everyone, it's week 5 and welcome to another Project Life Process video. It was a pretty regular week for me this week, so I decided to use the Everyday Edition core kit from Becky Higgins, and I use this all the time in my album last year, but this year I'm a little bit more particular about not having so many round corners. So you'll see that I kind of work with the cards in different ways in order to make them square. So I start off by using a little ripped piece of one of the cards on the edge of this intro photo, and then on top of that I'm just going to add my regular stamp that I use every week with the label, Kelly Perky style, and just going to put that on there and kind of layer it a little bit with the ripped piece of the journaling card. I figured that was enough decoration for that card, so that card is done. And then on this one, I think it's like a game if I could go without one video without saying that I used something from the Currently collection, but here again is another frame from the Currently collection. I'm kind of trying to use these up since I really have so many supplies to use and I don't want to open something and just only use one thing from it. So this is it has, you can't see it very well on the camera, but it has kind of a wood grain type of effect, or maybe it's a zebra pattern, I don't really know, but it's neutral and it kind of goes with anything, and that photo kind of had a lot of background, so I thought it would be a good one to use a frame on. And then I'm attaching, I think this paper clip is from a Studio Calico kit, and I'm attaching a movie ticket to that, and these are the little Hero Arts sticky notes, and I'm using another Hero Arts stamp to stamp "We Saw This," and I'm just going to layer that with another sticky note from the other pack. If I can ever find it. Oh, there's my hair. There we go. And I love these sticky notes because they come in all sorts of colors, and they have the day on the week of the week on them, but you can easily use them for other stuff, and they just kind of are a great way to add a little color to your spread. And since they come in every color, there's always going to be one that matches. And I'm using this wood grain card. I think this is from the Bloom collection from Maggie Holmes. I used it in another layout earlier this month, and I really like it. I really like the black backside too. It has like a black floral on it, so I'm going to try and save one piece to use for that. But I think this wood grain is so versatile, and I really like the way it looks, so that's what I used right here. And then I just did some journaling about the movie. And right here, this is actually not a picture I take. You might even recognize it. It was a picture I saw on the internet. I think it's from the Chicago Tribune, and it just kind of spoke to me, so I wanted to include it in my project life and write a little bit about it. So what I did is I took one of the journaling cards, and they do have the round corners, so I trimmed off the top so just the top of the journaling card was showing, and then I pasted that on the bottom of the card and cut off the rest of the card. So that gave me just a small amount of space to journal on, which was perfect because the picture didn't quite go to the bottom of that page. And then I decided, not every single card needs to be embellished or have something crazy on it, so I left that one with the signpost on it. I'm going to just leave as is. And then there's a picture of my puppy, and since the lighting was kind of dark, I made it black and white. I usually grayscale pictures if I feel like the lighting's not that great. And this is another Currently collection frame, and it says "Love This," so it's a pretty perfect frame for my little cam. And here, there was a lady in that one picture I'm working on now, also taking a picture on the other end of it, and I kind of wanted to cover that up, and I also wanted to just write about what this was, so I would remember what was going on in this picture. So I used another label from the Currently collection to do that, and there is my head. And I used a little camera stamp from the Hero Arts set I use all the time that has the week stamp in it, and that was just to add a little extra decoration. And this was probably the hardest part of my spread, was finding what cards I wanted to use as filler cards, because I do have quite a few, And the way I have these in square corners instead of the rounded corners is these are all 4x6 cards that are cut down into 3x4 cards. And so I settle on that red one with the heart, and you know, I'm just like, I guess this week I'm keeping it simple, and I'm like, it doesn't need any crazy embellishments, so it looks cute as is, so I left it as is. It was a little bit of a struggle trying to get some of these cards in the pockets though, with these all the frames and stuff, so it took me a little bit to do that. And then this is the card I just go back and forth with all the like for like 20 minutes or something, and you're not going to have to see the whole thing, but I am going to make a stamp for week 5 with this Pendleton ink from Allie Edwards, and I love this red. It's probably my favorite red. It's just very, very vivid, and it stamps really cleanly. But the black I like too, but it's so juicy that it's kind of hard to be precise with, and since this was a small stamp, I ended up using my trusty Distress ink. And then I just use that same week stamp from Hero Arts. The number stamp is from Kelly Perky, but I don't think it's available anymore because it was in a monthly kit. And I'm just like not quite sure what to do with this little bar and then the space at the top or the bottom, exactly what to do with it. So I spend quite a bit of time kind of fretting over that. And I also think about using another card, but I end up thinking that this card is the best because I do like kind of the pop of red with all the other red in the spread. And so here I have this card that says Everyday and Daily Routine. These are both from the core kit, and I'm thinking about how like using one of those because this is, you know, kind of wanted to convey that this was just a normal kind of week with nothing too crazy going on. And I end up, you know, this is a card I don't end up loving the end result, but it looks good enough, and it does match the rest of the spread. And I'm going to eventually go back to the original card I had. But here's all the other ones that I cut down. I just love this core kit so much. I highly, highly recommend it. I have been using it for like 6 months now, pretty regularly, and I am not sick of it at all. I think the patterns are just so like pretty and easy to use with all sorts of stuff, and it just has a lot of stuff that says like this week or daily routine and every day, and just stuff like if you're a regular old person like me, you don't have crazy stuff going on all the time, so it just really is a nice thing to document with. Oh, you know what? I lied. I didn't end up using that card with the bar in it. I end up using this plain square one, and I just took another piece of red paper from one of the other cards and use it to make a little bar to kind of give it a little accent. I forgot that I didn't use the same card. So with that, my layout is done. I'm super happy I was able to keep it simple this week, and I didn't sweat so much over the details, and I think it made for a little more watchable, shorter video. So thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more cute pictures of my cute little basset hound. I mean, who could say no to that, right? Anyway, I'll see you next time.